offside there. We'll now have to be careful for the remainder of the game. In fact, just to correct myself, Abubakar Samura was the man to receive the yellow card. We're now focusing on this free kick. Delivered it into the danger area, and a free header in the middle for Jackson Ramos. Just headed over. Big chance there for Sao Tome. Whipped in. Lovely delivery. Plenty of curl. Sierra Leone survive that early scare. They are the heavy favourites coming into the game today, certainly according to the bookmakers at least. But Sao Tome showing they won't be afraid to get forward themselves. Corker. Sese going long, just 18 years old, a goalkeeper, one of the youngest players in either squad. He gets a start. His 8th cap for the national side. Plays his club football at Bow Rangers in Sierra Leone. Already getting a decent amount of experience, only turned 18 late last year. Will have been a little worried by that free kick delivery from the opposition earlier. And the free kick. This time goes the way of Sierra Leone. Referee thinking about that one, and in fact giving it the way of Sao Tome. Was Samura involved again? Perhaps a little harsh, certainly backed into his opposite number. Maybe the referee considering him to have been trying to buy a free kick there. Have to be careful now with that yellow card. Could, of course, get a yellow for simulation as well, if that's what the referee deemed that to be. Certainly not worth risking this early in the game, leaving your teammates with a numerical disadvantage. And Sao Tome have been doing enough with the same amount of players so far. And another good shot there, parried away. The danger not over yet. It is more convincingly cleared there. Wonderful shot from range. The ball was coming across, beautifully struck and dealt with by Sese. Just laying up, cutting across the ball there. Ball then falling to Barbero. He was unable to find a teammate in the middle. A little fortunate there that the number 7 didn't do anything. A few instructions as well for his back line. Wanted someone goal line there, or goal side rather, of Eva Viegas, who now has to retreat back towards the fullback position and gets there. Lifted forwards, promising here. A couple of green shirts in the box, can pick one of them out. Not quite, almost falling for Camara. Decent shot there, but just wide of the post. Tavinho probably had it covered. Not a bad effort from Sully Kaikai. Towards the pair of cameras, Al-Haji and Musa Noah, as we cut back. It was the latter, Musa Noah Camara, there with a shot on goal, but the referee had just blown his whistle, presumably for offside. Yes, indeed it was. Offside trap, well played by the Sao Tome defence. Referee choosing to have a word with Tino, who was saying perhaps that he was just sat innocently on the bench. He must have done something to earn the wrath of the referee. Of course, those in the technical area able to be sent off as well. Trying to use his pace there, Mustafa Bundu. Long legs, certainly not lacking in acceleration as well though, but that one slightly overhit, running through to Tavinho. Kamara again, 34-year-old, plays his football in Romania. Not sure if that's where he learned the dark arts there. Just making sure Neves didn't get away from him. That free kick, not as dangerous as a couple they've produced previously. And after that slip, having to recover there, Ivanaldo. And certainly better safe than sorry after a slip. Just make sure to get there before the attacker, who could have been in on goal. Pace again, this time down the left wing, and the foul. This time on Augustus Kagbo. Sierra Leone growing into the game now. A few early nerves maybe. And a couple of fairly big chances for the underdogs. Starting to assert their authority. A foul there though by Camara. Very strong, the number 9. 10 caps and 3 goals for his country before today. He's already added to one of those tallies. He'd love to add to the other. Bundu looking for a forward option. More yellow shirts than green. They retain possession and switch over to the left wing now. Brilliantly brought down and cutting inside. This way and that. Kagbo again. Could be an ongoing battle there with Leonildo Soares. Strong tackle from Samura. Again, taking no prisoners. And no caution after that yellow card. Another nice ball lifted over. Cuts inside, lays it off for Kamara. Can he find a teammate? He can. Just about. But that's given away by Samadia. And the yellow shirts flood forwards, looking to benefit on the counter. Snuffed out, though, there by Karoma. Lively pace, and lively start to the game in this opening quarter of an hour. Savino closed down, having to go long, and it would transpire aiming at a teammate in an offside position. There's Samadia winning the free kick. Confirmation there of that yellow card for Samura. Slower build-up this time from Sierra Leone, and a slightly wayward pass there, under no pressure, but no harm done. Distinctive figure of Corker. Looking for an upfield option. There wasn't one, and it's all the way back to Sese, who gives it away. Moved forward by Neves, but not for long. Now Sierra Leone looking to move forward more quickly this time, and it was only stopped by a foul from Ivanaldo on Kamara. Little cynical, perhaps. A bit fortunate to avoid a yellow card. Maybe that's the point being made by John Keister on the sidelines. Keister started his career at Sierra Leone side Tigres in 1992 before moving to England. The following year, played for clubs such as Warsaw, Chester City and Shrewsbury Town. Amassed almost 200 caps for Margate over 2 spells, where he was also assistant. And during his time with the club, gained international caps for Sierra Leone, playing in 2 World Cup qualifying games against Nigeria and Morocco. Got 7 caps in total, and now in charge of the national side. Maybe a little frustrated. As mentioned, his side are certainly the favourites today, and they've been under pressure at times. This could be another one of those. Lovely ball forwards, and it was good work in the end from Sese, as Suarez closed in on goal. Got onto the ball, but the young keeper doing well to get out and narrow the angle, prevent an early shot. It was a brilliant through ball for Suarez. Perfectly weighted, just around Samadia. Now a long throw into the box from Sao Tome, heading in towards Barbero. Cleared, not totally though. Viegas on the left. Let's go all the way back to Ramos. We'll start again, Sao Tome. Another brilliant ball. Looking for options in the middle, and there are some. It is over towards Viegas. Brings it down. Lays it off to Barbero, but just not quite finding his man. be disappointed with that. It was a simple enough pass in what was looking like a dangerous attack. Sierra Leone escape again and look to come forward themselves. Ronaldo squaring up the man, but it finds its way to Kamara. And then the shot deflecting. Mustafa Bundu unable to find a gap between those yellow shirts in the back line and taking the sting off the shot. Bouncing up a little uncomfortably for Tavinho, but bouncing on the ball at the second attempt. There has certainly been space to exploit for both sides in this opening 20 minutes. Yet to see the first goal, but a few decent chances. Either side afraid to get forwards. You can see how there have been 16 goals in Sao Tome's first 2 games in the group stages. Of course, they've, unfortunately for them, been on the wrong end of 15 of those 16 goals. Scored the first goal of the group stages, but then lost 5-1 to Guinea-Bissau before a 10-0 thrashing at the hands of Nigeria. Victor Osimhen with 4 goals, helping himself. They've shown what they have in attack so far in this game, and they've held their own in defence. Not probably had as many nervy moments as their opposition, in truth. Kulka with an experienced head, bring it down for Karoma, who nicely flicked it over. Suarez now gets it back. Karoma. Exasperated shrug, looking for options. Just find one in the end. Bundu picks it up on the right wing. Kagbo on the left. It does look more like they're playing in something like a 3-4-1-2, maybe a 3-4-3, than the 4-2-3-1 we were led to believe. Samaria Korka and Samura appear to be operating as a back three. We've got Bundu and Kagbo on the wing. Karoma and Kamara in the centre. And now here is Sully Kaikai looking to release Kagbo into the box. Goes down a few half-hearted appeals from the sidelines maybe, but not so much on the pitch. Good tackle. Certainly getting a toe to the ball there. Ronaldo. It will be a corner to be taken by Kaikai. The winger plays for MK Dons in England. And with a good delivery in there, picking out the head of Kamara. John Kamara, that is. Not Al-Haji or Musa Noah. The number 6. Unable to keep the header down, having to climb over a number of players on both teams. And then at the other end there, heading back to his own keeper to snuff out any potential danger there from the goal kick. Long ball forward finds Musa Noah Kamara. Lovely feet by Jaime Suarez. Rolling the ball gently in the balls of his feet. A couple of 1-2s. Make that 3 1-2s. That one not quite finding its way back to him from Barbero. And then trying to win the ball back. The 27-year-old giving away a free kick. Lifted forwards towards Kamara. And a nice ball forwards. And that might be a bigger shout. But again, the referee goes the way of Sao Tome. Appeals from Carbo. Be interested to see that back. Captain Stephen Corker coming over to have a word with the referee as well. And of course, on the sidelines, John Keister convinced. Well, it was a little bit half of one, 6 of one rather, half a dozen of the other. There was an arm flailing behind, and then a bit of contact as the Sao Tome defender hit the deck. Certainly a tricky one to call, even with a replay, so don't envy the position of the referee there. Of course, he has a far better view than those of us watching through cameras or on the sidelines. And his decision, of course, final. So both sets of players now move on. Let's create some more attacks. And it's Sao Tome on the front foot here, and another nice ball through for Barbero. This time, Sese wasn't out there to block. It was Corker who tells him to stay on his goal. I'll leave out a certain word there, used by the former Tottenham defender. Promising here, though, for Tino. Very promising signs shown by his players. He probably had the biggest chances of the game. Maybe all 3 of them, arguably. And now with a corner. 5 shirts waiting in the middle, flicked on. Cleared in the end by Samaria. Corker this time heading forwards, and now they'll look to break. Bundu on the right. Karoma. Samaria over to Kagbo. Choosing against the run. Instead it's Kaikai who does make that run. Kaikai and Alhaji Kamara switching wings every now and then. Keep the Sao Tome defence guessing. Corker goes back to Sese. He goes long, but again only finds a yellow shirt. It will be a Sierra Leone throw, though. Space for John Kamara. Another experienced head along with Corker, 34 years of age. And 25 caps for his country. 1 goal. He'll be looking to his teammates probably here to get the goal. But that delivery just sliced the wrong side of the goal line by Kagbo. Quite a multicultural 11 in terms of where they play their domestic football for Sierra Leone. As mentioned, Corker and Kaikai playing in England at Wigan and MK Dons respectively. Musa Noah Kamara, Al Ittihad. Randers of Denmark for Al Haji Kamara. Kagbo plays in Italy for Crotone. Karoma in Spain for Linense. Kamara, John Kamara that is, in Romania as mentioned. Mustafa Bundu is in Andorra for FC Andorra. Samadia plays in Israel. Sese and Samura, the only two who play their football in Sierra Leone, both for Bow Rangers in the starting 11. But of course, time to train and become cohesive as a group before they got on the pitch today. Maybe just taking a little bit of time to adjust. Of course, long gaps between qualifiers for the Africa Cup of Nations. Previous fixtures, Matchday 2 came in June 2022, so 9 months since their 2-2 draw with Guinea-Bissau. Lifted in there by Bundu. Again, the referee siding with the defender. Wry smile from Alhaji Kamara. Kagbo pleading the innocence of his teammate. Frustration perhaps building for the Sierra Leone team. They may have expected to be ahead by the half-hour mark, but certainly to have had more of the chances. The favourites have been more on the back foot and have come closer to conceding than they have scoring so far. There's a slight break in play for some refreshments now for both sets of players. It is 28 degrees, 30% humidity, so a cooling break certainly necessary for the welfare of the players. Chance for the two managers to get their point across 15 minutes before they probably get their point across more strongly during the half-time break, but any kind of tactical changes that they've spotted and believed to be required can be passed along now more easily. Just a minute or two before we'll have 15 more minutes of play. Corker walking off. He's heard enough, it would appear. And they will now get back underway. The referee's whistle indicating the end of the calling break. Tino still with plenty of instructions, but must be pleased with what he's seen in the first half an hour. He's also a former player. After managing Sao Tome clubs Beros Unidos, Praia Cruz and Vitoria Ribok, he was appointed the manager of the Sao Tome and Principe national side in 2019. There's a few years in terms of age and experience on his opposite number, Keister. Be looking to use that wise old head to ensure his players stay on top, as they have surprisingly been in the opening period. Corker takes over in defence. Gives away a throw in the process, though. And another dangerous-looking ball in, well held by Sese. Just turning into trouble there, Al-Hassan Karoma. And another through ball. Samura tracking back and blocking the shot in the end. It was Leal bearing in on goal. Another chance for Sao Tome. It was Leal with the cross a minute or so before, and then nearly getting on the end of a pass shortly after. He scored in both legs of the preliminary round, though also causing the drama with those COVID-19 regulations mentioned earlier. Yes, 19 caps and 8 goals. Looking for a 9th today and not too far away there. That corner dealt with, only cleared as far as Villegas though. He looks to switch wings but mishits his pass. And before it goes out for a throw, it will be a free kick. Clumsy from Neves there. Running into the back of Alhaji Kamara. Nicely taken down by Musanoa Kamara. But again, the offside flag up. They're struggling to time their runs correctly, it would appear. Sao Tome have got in behind a few times, running the line perfectly. Sierra Leone struggling. They've had more offside flags up against them than they had shots up to this point. Safe option chosen by Neves. But possession does eventually switch hands nonetheless. To say that, it's a very close call. Not too important of a decision, though. Wasn't in on goal. Alhaji Kamara now laying the ball off to Bundu, who does well to retain possession. Kamara and Karoma marshalling the middle of the pitch. Nobody on the end of that goal kick. Maybe looking for the run of Bundu, but the winger was not on his bike. Nice play by Sao Tome to bring it out from the back, and a wonderful flick into the path of Villegas. He has options in the middle. He just can't quite find one though. Suarez picks it up. The danger's not over yet. Lifted in, headed away by Samura. And eventually the chance does fizzle out. But great play again by Sao Tome, really showing some great creativity coming forwards. Neatly playing the ball out with some triangles from the back. And then that back heel into the path of Villegas. Just his final ball lacking. Went with the outside of the boot. Another nice back heel. That time it would appear Leal was standing offside. Sese well off his line again. And having a discussion with Kulka, it would appear, about whether or not he should be doing that. He has the ammunition that he was the first man to the ball on that occasion. Of course, Kulka far older and more experienced than the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper often a law unto themselves, very much in charge of those situations, as they should be. And hey, he's got a clean sheet so far, so Walker can't complain too much. At the man between the sticks. That's given away though, and maybe a big chance here for Sierra Leone if they can make the most. It's 5-on-4, cutting inside, and the shot tipped away by Tabinho. He collects up the rebound, but the referee's whistle had gone. The shot from Bundu with the outside of the boot, just lacking a little power. Nicely cutting inside. But down well, Tabinho to his right. Perhaps Sierra Leone's biggest chance so far, with 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Sure, a sigh of relief from, I believe, it may have been Suarez. To see the replay, who gave the ball away. A simple pass. It would have been very disappointing for Sao Tome to go in behind after such a good showing in the first half. They could go in ahead if they can make the most of this. Important tackle. Referee saying he got the ball. Suarez still down on the turf, holding his ankle. Had to be right from John Kamara. Interested to see the reverse angle, because that looked rather close. Yeah, hard to see from there whether he did get a touch of the ball. Referee believes so though, and that all that really matters. Kai taking another refreshment break, one of his own. We're now ambling over back towards the left wing. Missed in the middle. Will either side conjure up one more big chance before the half-time whistle? Handball in the eyes of the referee. Samura heading away for a throw. Neves taking it past one, lays it off to Viegas. Good work again, and enough space bought by Neves. Finds the middle, and they do get the opener. Sao Tome have threatened, and now they take the lead. Their second goal of the tournament. It's been a long wait, but you'd have to say it is a deserved lead. They were the underdogs coming into the game. But great work once again down the left wing. A combination of Neves and Eber Viegas. And then Neves turning and picking out the man in the middle. And of course, it was Leal. Who else? Their all-time top scorer. Adds another one to the list. 20 caps, 9 goals now. And well, my hypothetical question, whether either side would get one more big chance, was answered emphatically by the visitors. And it looks like they will now go in to the break with the lead. Straight back with the ball on the edge of the Sierra Leone area again, and Leal brought down, and it will be a dangerous free kick here in what could be the final action of the half. And Sierra Leone have to make sure they don't go in. 2-0 down. Samadia somewhat going through the back of Leal. Sese will now have to organise the troops. It is Leal standing over it. Maybe he fancies that 10th goal for the national side immediately after he got his 9th. And it is Leal, deflected and out for a corner. To additional time, just catching ahead of one of the members of the wall. It was well struck. It would have required a save from Ibrahim Sese. Sese sending one of his defenders short, but nonetheless it is taken from Vegas to Nevas. That combination again, and he found a yellow shirt in the middle, but on this occasion unable to find the net. Immediately, it's Sao Tome on the attack again, giving it away though. And Sierra Leone with a bit of space here and a chance, but a miscommunication between Musa Noah Kamara and Kagbo. And once again, an opportunity fizzles out. They just lacked that clinical touch in front of goal, both in terms of the final ball and the finish, where Sao Tome have not. And that is the difference between the two sides. As 2 minutes of additional time has elapsed now. That free kick overhit. And that should be that through to half-time, you'd imagine. Tavinho picking out Dos Santos Aldair. Good pressing from the front as well. Marcus Barbero winning the ball. Perhaps just one more chance for Sierra Leone. Bundu running at his man, but well dealt with in the end by Neves. Matching Bundu for pace and timing the tackle right. Put it out for a corner. Scratch of the head on the sidelines for John Keister. He wasn't expecting to have to deal with a team talk here at half-time with his side behind. You'd imagine, at least, judging by the expectation of the bookmakers and most of those watching on. But they can equalise. No, they can't. It was a good delivery in by Bundu, but Samura's header well gathered up by Tavinho. Now to the 4th minute of additional time in this first half. Good pressing again from Suarez. Wins the ball back. And still we play on. Villegas playing it forwards. And a sliding tackle there on Leal. Brings another free kick. There is that header. Straight at the keeper though. And John Kamara walking a fine line here to avoid a booking. Not his first foul of the game, and that one from behind. Just calm down, says the man in charge. And try one there from the training ground, which didn't come off. But there is the final whistle, or rather the half-time whistle, the final whistle of the first half. And it is Sao Tome and Principe who are 1-0 up, courtesy of that Luis Leal goal in the 43rd minute. It had been coming. They'd had a number of chances. Some saved by Ibrahim Sese, the 18-year-old goalkeeper in the Sierra Leone net. Some dealt with by the defence, but eventually their persistence paid off. And Leal, his country's all-time top scorer, put his side in front.
I wish you exactly. Great is the love we should have for
Well, welcome to the second half of the program, the AFCON special on SLBC with me, Abdul Kadir. Well, disappointing start for Leone Stars. Shako Sumaila, I want to welcome you back with a disappointment.
You know, Abdul, it has always been the case. Leone Stars, yes, they start for play fine. But one thing we again want the technical team of the Stars look at very keenly, now this inability of Sierra Leone to convert chances into goals. Leone Stars are very poor in goal scoring. You know, that has been a perennial problem. We don't score the goals. And all I know is that in football, now goals. It no matter how much the percentage of possession, what matters in football is goals. You have to score the goals. And look at how the attack in the first half of play, we attack, get many chances.
Best chances.
Yes, for sure. Even past the guys from Sao Tome.
Most of them get two.
Yes,
two possible.
and they did not convert those chances into goals. Now look what can happen. At the end of the first half, we've conceded a goal, and this don't put in a very much disadvantageous position.
So we need 2 goals now.
We need 2 goals. We need more goals. One thing, if I had a chance to talk to Coach Kista, one thing that the first thing I would tell her is that learn your boys how to score the goals. Let them score the goals. Youngster is not scoring. And if you watch, well, probably I see the midfield and try, this time around. But because of the defense, they really pay attention. Well, kudos to we captain, Coca, is very outstanding.
Yeah.
The slightest mistake will happen at the defense, then cost you that goal. Then cause that. But for me, Coca today is impressive. But we need to do more. The attackers, they need for pay. They need for pay attention, because the thing is that the midfield they play for attack. But the attack, they really try for be serious enough for convert those chances into goals. That we don't see clearly in the first half.
Well, Emmanuel Samadia now, somebody where they play up for it's offensive player. Did they use that at the defense? If you say bad for use a player where always they play, we hold the ball, you want for push go forwards, not knowing that no battery they play.
Yes, one thing, positioning back. Another challenge for this coach will get. Yes, he's doing well, but the thing is that you see man, the midfield don't play. Let's say for example the number 6 don't play. Wait, watch for either the 11 or
the number 7
or the 7.
Yeah.
And in some cases they look for the ball they play the 8, the 9, the 10 as a case maybe.
Yeah, for supply.
Yes, for supply. But the thing is that the man they move. If you see man dealing at the flank, we hold the, we don't see the midfielder hold the ball. Instead of a move for the in a better position, for receive the ball and go forward, and they relax. So at the end of the day, what happen? Instead of the ball, they move, that time attacking speed, the ball will go behind. Yeah, and that's also the cause pressure to the defense. So I think the youngsters, but the bottom line is that the youngsters, over the years, we don't follow salon football. The youngsters, coach in, coach out, players in, players out. With ability for score goals. Now, it gets a question mark. Seriously, Alvin.
Continue to stay with me in Asheko Sumala. Let me bring on Alex Conte. You watch the first half. You see the chances where Salon waste. So much chances for score. And Sao Tome get an opportunity, they utilize them. Now they're in front. What if you say go on for the team first half?
One of the problems for the youngsters, I don't know how then they set it in. Na paper, not to show them the exhibitor on the pitch of play.
Yeah, 2 different balls.
Yeah, of course, yes. Because in fact, if you can watch, they take for let you know which kind of game you start the play.
System.
Let me check
out for understanding.
Yeah, it just don't. Let me tell you, as far as your start is concerned, if them for don't compose, then they do well. Like them for don't trash Sao Tome, not less than 2. And let me tell you, if they're not, we be on the talk and first half, they for try for distance themselves from saying that away from draw. Or whatever. Yes. It's bad. This is an accidental discharge when you look the way out.
No, this is not away.
Yes.
Yes.
When you see the name of the first Sao Tome.
Yeah.
So
can you imagine?
They host the game.
Now that they are hosting, then they play like I say. I don't understand. It makes it difficult for them who can win than they play. Just like what they say, like Emmanuel.
So going forward, what if you say Kista for do the first thing for solve this problem?
What do you get for do? If I don't know. I don't say
still get chance. He gets another half.
We see where they get half break. It just go for. To me, I don't feel good self. You're not even supposed to go there because if you don't make your homework well, you don't for even for. You cannot fatten the pig on the market day. Now that's they do so.
But
now
this is football. The game was like they made the game sweet.
Well, let me tell you, you start and get the scoring power. Them not get the ending capability at all. The tail end
will always start.
And
not.
And besides, they like for celebration where they not even go through.
Okay.
This is not time for celebration, and this is a must-win. Let me tell you, until you don't say what John Kisa did do, then don't go after.
From the entire team, the way they played the first half, the energy there, because there was no much energy from the team.
Now that's I tell you, people enjoy the see. Look at this Kuma, Alasa Kuma, where this goal way, because he just run at that man. They run at least. Let me tell you, foul is also encouraged. Skillful foul.
Yes.
If I don't use that one day, in the days of now, I say if you
foul
lose the ball,
misconduct. Now one of the losses.
No, skillful. No, if for save the goal.
One of the laws of.
When they wait for us skillful hits that getting self collided with that man, where the safety. I talk just now say you have 3. You know why I make a setup? You get the back half, the defender and the forward, or I like it. If you say a very good goalkeeper, that is.
And we get a good defensive line.
And this defensive line, if you want, their self gets a support.
From the midfielders.
You see how
they connect.
So then disconnect.
Yeah, the nexus stay between the defenders, the midfielders, and that of the state.
All these 3, they all disconnect. So there is a pressure to the goalkeeper.
So now the goalkeeper they get more pressure.
They all also the line the back half they watch as if now film they play.
So you're not able to understand the system which Jonkista use.
Really, well that's how they say the how this is it put on a paper. It is not exhibited on the pitch of play.
So what's responsible for
until it come back and try as then council let try for make sure he put things in place where you are supposed to be there. John Coker do extremely well. He show leadership quality, right? If of course if you're not to that in leadership, they
problem.
More problem.
Bringing on Sheku Sumaila. Jonkista always the top transition. They say in no say for be a difficult match, the challenge they but ready for beat the odds. If you say don't do so well for beats the odds.
Well, the thing is that you don't reach the time where one thing and they talk like how they ensure like he talk. They can say a fine for take risk, but when you take a risk it get to be a prudent risk. You understand? This is one time for taking chances. This is a very serious match. The kind of position with the OD right now.
Yeah. With 1 point.
Yes, just 1 point.
Yes.
If we win this game, we get 4 points.
Yeah.
And Guinea, Equatorial Guinea, they also get Guinea-Bissau. I mean, they also get 3 points.
Yeah.
So you don't see the kind of position we did. Like where a colleague will talk. A foul in football.
This is a
like a evil. Yeah.
You don't put that to make up.
Yes, for sure. But the thing is that we won't forget things right. As a country, for some of we like football, we don't follow football for quite some time now. We know say the way how the youngsters they play. You understand? It's like where somebody talks here, they are not ready.
According to the team, the starting players the way Kista release, after the release they say formation at 3-5-2. Is this 3-5-2 working for Joe?
No, it's not working. It's not working. It's not working. That is not the fact. It's not working. The thing is that the kind of play they play so. Yeah. Remember that time I don't call the coaching name when they say all man go, all man come. You understand? Positioning is a
very important in the game.
If you play 6, for example, say. Your business of play 6, you need for supply, you are a distributor. Yeah. And for example, if you want to look for the number 11 or number 7, you forget the ability for let your passes then reach. When you play 6, you get for good in long passes. That's for all of the quality.
If you say, wait, John, they do this.
The
needful is not
like,
there.
It's like a man when you say, Allman just... yes, Allman. The thing is that the stars, the young stars, with Daniel young stars, yes, we have individual players where they play good. But the thing is that with one follow where they say team.
Combination,
Is it together everyone achieves more. That is the meaning of team. So even if you don't say you individually you are better, you can play well, but when you are playing with the team, you should have that spirit. You understand? And also the coach will also get the ability for tell the players then say one of the things that will lead to success in everything we do in management whatsoever is that for that team spirit. Not be individualistic. Make sure yes, we will all contribute towards group goals. And in this particular situation, the manager in this case, the leader is John Kista. Yeah. And one of the qualities of a good leader, that somebody where they able to mobilize all around, everybody they all contribute towards a goal or goals. So that is the position of Kista, and that I believe say is supposed to play. Okay. On the side of when they watch football, the Sierra Leoneans, we know we are very crazy about football. We know AFCON in Cameroon.
How crazy football mad nation.
Yes, for sure. In fact, you say what's about football? Yeah. When Sierra Leone they play football, nobody no one know who's who's going to come out, who's right,
The game transcends everything.
Everything.
It's a unified football.
When football plays, you know, especially the way the stars they play, it overshadow everything.
Yeah.
It even overshadow, you know, this talk about in fact, some man
Very soon they can't go for
and they say they're angry.
second half.
And they say they're angry when they watch football, you know.
Yes.
They don't go feel until they don't know for
After the match.
After the match.
Some people don't get appetite for it. Alex, come a quick one before we join the team for the second half of action. What if it's a key staff for do for some things around now?
For make sure say the player for stick to the wings.
And then stick to the 3-5-2 formation.
Yeah, let them use if they use them, of course, on paper. Let them make sure say it is exhibited. Let them show them on the pitch of play. For don't get good. And look at the wasted chances.
Yeah, so much chances.
And the chances where they waste, to me, is you know, I really know it's
you're so bitter right now.
Really.
Because in Alex
Not
Conte
good,
and of course the Sheikh Sumaila will deal with you for talk about the Leon Stars AFCON qualifier. Since they started the campaign, they forget a win. They don't play 2 games against Nigeria and against Guinea-Bissau. A win today for Leon Stars, big hope. But they can't join the action for the second half. Then when we come, we go look at the closing. But hope day and all the best to the Stars. All is not lost. I keep praying that Leon Stars will deliver. We'll join them.
Behind at the halfway point, and deservedly so, in truth. Sao Tome producing more in attack, producing almost all of the dangerous chances, and eventually taking one. If you are just joining us, it was a combination down the left of Angel de Gloria Neves and Eba Viegas, who combined and then eventually picked out that man again, Leal, Sao Tome's all-time top scorer, who got his 9th goal for his country. Offside flag up there. Maybe a nervous intake of breath or two amongst the Sao Tome defence. It's a very tight call. Alhaji Kamara hitting the deck. Referee and linesman ending the chance via the offside flag, but it's come straight back down towards the Sao Tome area again and dealt with again, but they'll have to be wary of this early intensity being shown by Sierra Leone, or what was expected of them perhaps. I'm sure they will have received a choice word or two from their head coach John Keister at half-time. And on the attack again here, spilled there, and now the ball in the back of the net, and it would appear that it will stand. And it is Alhaji Kamara who is celebrating, Mustafa Bundu holding the ball. I'd like to see a replay to see exactly what happened there. Spilled certainly though by Tavinho. And John Keister watching on has got the exact reaction he was hoping for from his players. Just a couple of minutes into the second period. Fired in. And it was indeed Kamara who got to the loose ball, but his teammate Bundu who fired it into the net. And now straight back on the attack again, and the momentum of the game has changed totally within 5 minutes of the restart. Appeals for handball, referee not interested, but it's fallen to a Sierra Leone player. Sao Tome just have to be careful here. I wonder where that deflection was going for a second. There will be another corner. See, there was a substitution at half-time. Ivanaldo leaving it to his keeper, but his keeper unable to get there before Kamara. And then Bundu smashing home. Punch partially clear, again by Tavinho. A hectic first 5 minutes. It's lifted into the danger area again, chested down and fired into the side netting. It will be a corner. It was Kamara again getting involved, certainly onside. Seemingly blocked, importantly, by Jackson Ramos. The defending not over though for Sao Tome. And again, only partially cleared. That shot, I believe it was a shot, going all the way out for a throw. It's a swipe at the ball with the left foot. See, seemingly blocked, importantly, by Jackson Ramos. The defending not over though for Sao Tome. And again, only partially cleared. That shot, I believe it was a shot, going all the way out for a throw. It's a swipe at the ball with the left foot. See, Alicine Karoma has been introduced for Sierra Leone. Number 14 was involved in that previous attack. And finally, maybe now a chance for Sao Tome to clear their lines and steady their nerves a little. Rueful grimace from Alhaji Kamar. Struggling to hold on to the ball now, Sao Tome, to make sure this game doesn't get away from them. It's a rapid start by Sierra Leone. And a free kick. Kagbo bundled over. The ball had maybe got away from him, making the most of the contact. It was certainly an outstretched arm from Suarez. Kagbo scored the first goal in the late comeback against Guinea-Bissau. That is his only international goal. He lays it off to be delivered in by Samaria. Follow along with the hashtag Total Energies AFCON Q 2023. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering on all digital platforms. That is, if you can tear your eyes away from the screen. It was an exciting first half overall, but the start of this second half has been non-stop. And unfortunately for Sao Tome and any of their fans watching, there has been one-way traffic in their direction. Sierra Leone producing the kind of football that most would have expected, but they were lacking mostly in that first half. Plenty of possession, they didn't do that much with it. And it was Sao Tome who often looked the most dangerous on the break, equally playing it out from the back very well, building attacks themselves. They could have been 2 or 3 up if they had taken a couple more of their chances, but now back to all on level terms. Back to square one. And on the back foot. Here's Kagbo, lays it off, going for the 1-2. Sierra Leone retain possession. Karoma out to the right. And into the middle, and it strikes the upright. Tavinho in no man's land, turning round and seeing the ball, cannoning back off his post. Unfortunately for him, it bounced out to a yellow shirt. Lifted in, I think by Bundu there on the right wing, just floating over the head of Tavinho. Eventually, free kick going the way of Sao Tome, but they are hanging on in this game, having been in control until the break. They win a free kick around the halfway line now. Shove in the back from Stephen Corker. as a hand to the referee. Maybe not the biggest fan of the reaction he received from the player there. Togolese referee, Ilabadom Bajorna. Little bit of dissent, but not enough for a yellow card. And around the block, Stephen Corker. There's the confirmation of that half-time substitute. It was John Kamara who came off, most capped member of the squad, as did his namesake, Musa Noah Kamara. And that was Ron Gandhi Williams who came on in his place. And the two pairs of fresh legs, 4 legs in total, have made quite a difference. It is one of them. Karoma on the way forwards. Confusingly, we now have Al Hassan Karoma and Alucine Karoma. Both on the pitch for Sierra Leone, but I will do my best to make it perfectly clear which Karoma has the ball. Currently it's Sao Tome with the ball in the Sierra Leone half, which has been something of a rarity in this second period, and it wasn't with them for long. Now Alhaji Kamara playing it forwards, and another big chance, but this time it is just about held on to by Tavinho. Sali Kaikai trying to toe poke it home. Got a combination of Tavinho and at least one of his centre-backs. It was Ivanaldo tumbling over and acting as the second part of something of a clamp on the ball. There's that delivery from the right, which floated over Tavinho, fell kindly to one of his defenders. Nice play, and a release down the left. Kogbo looks to pick out a man in the middle, and he does so, and it's just wide, just the wrong side of the post from Bundu, looking for his second of the game, his third for his country in total. In his 12th cap, he got them back on level terms and very nearly got them in front, striking the water bottle leaning up against the side netting. What a start to the second half this has been from Sierra Leone. Sao Tome just need to settle themselves down, keep their heads. They've just about not given the ball away there. They're not afraid to play it out from the back. But that's a clumsy pass there by Suarez. And it's back with Sierra Leone again. Going for the 1-2 there. Frustration for Sierra Leone, but it was the offside flag. It was not a decision in terms of a free kick against Kamara. John Keister will be far happier with what he's seen in the opening 10 minutes of this period than he did in the entirety of the first 45. Clearly saying the right things at half-time, but now they might end up behind again, and they have done! Incredible! Sao Tome having hung on to what was looking like a desperation to retain on level terms, out of nowhere, grab themselves the lead again. Well, what can you say about that? A brilliant dinked finish over Sese. One side, Corker heading it only as far as Viegas, and then such a composed finish from Leal, his second of the game. Bundu couldn't quite convert his second of the game. But Leal with no such worries. Out came Sese, but just the composure from the experienced striker to lift it over the keeper and put Sao Tome back in front. Oh, a penny for the thoughts of Tino Adriano Eusebio, to give him his full name. Looked like the tide had turned against his side. They barely got out of their own half in the first 15 minutes of this second period. Conceding very quickly, just 3 minutes after the restart. Number of close calls, ball striking the upright. They got one attack, and they took their chance again. And they'll look to counter. It's good play. Over to Vegas, who's now on the right. Not able to hold on to it in the end there. I have a feeling we could see more goals here today. And could one of them come now? Well, they escaped there, Sao Tome, striking the hand from very close range of Ron Williams. The referee deeming it to be a foul. See the frustration of the number 7. He didn't know a huge amount about it, just turned round, straight into his hand. There is space to exploit, and they look to do so again. They're not quite able to find Alhaji Kamara on that time. This game is open, and it is there for the taking for either side. Sao Tome now back in front. But Sierra Leone looking dangerous. They'll know what they can do from the early stages of this second half, and here they come again. Al Hassan Karoma with space. The teammate still down on the pitch, but they continue on. That cross blocked back to Karoma. Another strong tackle, and this time it's brought away by Viegas. The referee will now bring pause to proceedings to check. Sully Kaikai seemingly taking a hand to the face there. He's okay though, back on his feet. He'll just make his way to the sidelines before re-entering the fray. Sao Tome, Leal on a hat-trick now. And space here into the area. The shot is wide from Marcos Barbero. Well, how many are we going to end up with by the final whistle? Space wherever you look at it, look for it. At both ends, just waiting to be exploited. And clearly the two teams with a good amount of attacking flair and quality to do so. It took us over 40 minutes to get our first goal. But then 3 in 20 minutes of play. And there could be more. Pace there from Bundu on the right. Let's wait to Alassane Karoma. Kogbo. To lift it in, but well blocked by Viegas. Samaria a long way forwards. Sierra Leone going back towards all-out attack. You've still got time, half an hour or so, you can imagine, with additional time, to find an equaliser, potentially a winner. But I think that man, John Keister, would have expected them to be getting the third goal in this game the way the second half had started. And it was that man, Tino, who saw his side grab it against the run of play. Free kick not totally cleared, but a slip from Samura lets Sao Tome off. And they look to break, and that ball finds its way to Vegas. And it's a lovely ball through for Barbero. Cuts back inside, looking for support, but eventually tackled by a combination of Karoma and Kai. But in comes another cross. And a chance on the edge of the area for a shot, and Leal tips it round the post there, Sese. Great strike from Leal, nearly the hat-trick. What a story that would be. Wonderfully struck, and it was heading for the top corner, but a good save by the teenager between the Sierra Leone sticks. Sao Tome nearly doubling their lead. Nervously watching on. Maybe frustrated he can't be out there himself. Surely the case for all former players and have turned managers. That one punched away by Sese, but lifted back in by Suarez, and then comfortable for the keeper. Looks for an option for a counter. Karoma lays it off to his namesake. That was Al Hassan to Alucin. By the time we cut back, possession and switched hands. Clearly given away. Then Suarez having to prevent giving it away through themselves there, Sao Tome. We'll get our first change of the second half. Had two at half-time for Sierra Leone, but another one here. Sully Kai coming off, replaced by Abu Kome. London-born winger Kai started at Crystal Palace, now at MK Dons. His job for the day is done. Be frustrated to be leaving the pitch with his side behind, particularly after threatening so much until that hammer blow of a goal from Leal. Villegas has now switched back to the left. Had a good spell on the right. Ball won there by Jossi, and here is Villegas. Just the one man in the middle. Who else but Leal? Looking to buy some space, but instead it's a long-range shot, which is a long way over. In the end, from the captain. Just the one goal in his 26 caps now, including today. Perhaps a little sign as to why his strengths lay elsewhere. But he certainly led his team to what is, as it stands, an astonishing scoreline. What would be a huge win in Sao Tome football history. They've got 20 or so minutes to hang on if they are to earn that victory. It would be a victory that would leave Sierra Leone in a world of trouble in the group if they have any hopes of reaching a second consecutive Africa Cup of Nations. Sao Tome looking to reach their first ever AFCON, but nearly finding themselves back on level terms there. The ball given away and has to be tipped over by Tavinho. Decent effort by Alucin Karoma, the substitute, buying a little space and trying to curl it into the far corner. Close enough to Tavinho to allow the keeper to tip it over, but now a corner to defend, of course. Headed away by Ivanaldo, brought down by Barbero. Finds Viegas with the overlap. He looks to switch it. It will be asking a lot of the man on the right wing, who seems to be limping and has indeed gone down. Maybe something just twanged as he was chasing that ball. See if it's a terminal problem in terms of the game. You can see the look of resignation there. Aldair straight down, lying on his back. The medic's on, able to walk to the sidelines and see if he's able to continue running. There are substitutes ready to come on. Sao Tome have gone 70 minutes without making a change. Looks like it'll be a double chosen by Tino, as they look to shore things up, maybe with some fresh legs of their own. But before they come on, they'll have to ensure that they come on to a lead. And Carbo's cross was headed over the goal for a corner. Space on, not far away from picking out his man at the back post. Aldair seemingly not going to be one of the changes. He will also come back on. Some confusion as to who exactly is coming back on, but he is waved back on after that break for a bit of medical treatment. We have one substitute on, but I'm still waiting on the sidelines. Lucio Oliveira, there, confirmation. Though it would appear he is replacing Aldair, hence the confusion. Aldair was running back on, thinking that was the end of a medic break, but in fact, he should have been staying off the pitch. Make way for Oliveira. But all sorted out now, and they will focus back on football matters, namely clearing that corner, which they have done so. Flicked on by Corker, and the ball does find its way into the net, but the referee's whistle had already gone. A shove there on a member of the Sao Tome back line, spotted by the referee. Well spotted, with everything happening in the box in a situation like that. You can see Neves just giving a helping hand over onto the turf. The sting of the Sierra Leone attack has slightly gone out compared to the first 10 or so minutes in this half, but still on the attack. And that one spilled again, and Tavinho does well to pounce on the loose ball, seemingly taking a boot from Cargbo, who will earn himself a yellow card. I have to say he was... oh no, it wasn't Cargbo. Apologies, that was Ron Williams. And the medical team being waved on to check over Tavino. I have to say, Williams was entitled to go for that after it was spilt by Tavino. But the keeper did well to gather it back up and then took a boot into perhaps the torso for his troubles. Jossie just checking on his keeper, doing captain duties. It'll be a welcome rest for some of the players. We are at the half-hour mark of this second period anyway. Seemingly able to carry on, which is good to see. Tavino will want to see out this win on the pitch himself, sure. Just to confirm, the other substitution for Sao Tome and Principe was Adalberto Perez da Mata, better known as Tino, who has come on, number 18, in place of Suarez, the right back. So, fresh legs in the centre of midfield and at the fullback position to help try and secure what would be a very, very valuable 3 points to Sao Tome and Principe. More defending to do for now, though. Of course, they'll look to get a third if they can. They appear to be a team that prefers attack as a form of defence. As you can see here, a long way from parking the bus, despite the lead. There's 15 minutes remaining. A bit of space for Cargbo to use on the left. Instead, he looks to lift it forwards. 3 men waiting in front of him, and it finds its way to Camara, who finds his teammate. And we do have the equaliser. Abu Musa, the substitute. Straight back to the centre circle, though, for Sierra Leone. They're not looking for 1 point, they're looking for 3. Great work by Camara, finding Abu Musa, and he slotted past Tavino. And with 15 minutes remaining, it's back on level terms again. Tavino rushing out, trying to narrow the angle, but slid underneath him, or rather fired underneath him, with some power by Musa. And now, 15 minutes for either side to find a winner. Tavino is down again. Referee over to check on the goalkeeper. He's indicating he's taken a knock to the head. I'm not sure if that was the clash with Ron Williams shortly before. Shaking his head. Not sure if that would played any part in conceding the equaliser. See it again here. Is there contact with the head? Oh, yeah, I think it may have indeed caught the keeper on the top of his head. That will certainly hurt. Well, they have one goalkeeping option on the bench. That is Anastasio de Almeida Sequeira Bragança. See there. And it would appear the number 1 may well be called upon. Keeper now making his way to the sidelines. And that may well be the end of his night. Be disappointed to have his game end that way. Looking like he was on for a historic moment as the goalkeeper that led Sao Tome to a win over Sierra Leone, but then conceding the equaliser and now having to make way. And it will be the number 1, Bragança, who comes on to try and defend what is currently a draw, but you wouldn't put it past Sao Tome to nick a third. They've shown they can do it. Head in hands for Tavinho, I'm sure through a combination of pain and frustration. And he will have to now watch on from the sidelines. As will Marcos Barbero, who has made way for the number 16, Ronaldo Lamungo Afonso. So fresh legs, as well as a fresh pair of hands in goal. Afonso, 21 years of age. Bit of useful energy there immediately on the right-hand side. And again, Afonso immediately involved on the attack. Sao Tome certainly not sitting back playing for this point. They know that they can find the Sierra Leone net, and an opportunity nearly there to do so again. Suarez rushing in, but Sasai doing well to hold on to that fast-moving cross. Viegas back on the right, trying to play it out, only finding Al Hassan Karoma. And the header there from Ron Williams, wide of the goal. Bragança's first involvement will be a goal kick. John Keister, 2.5 years with the Sierra Leone national team. This is his second spell in charge. Following a spell at FC Johansson, he was appointed manager in 2017, left in 2019 for returning in August 2020. He will have a nervous final 7 minutes or so. I imagine there'll be a few minutes of additional time, a few stoppages. Of course, the injury to Tavinho. he won't have been expecting to still be looking for a winner this late on, but in some sense, relieved not to be behind. The way the game has gone, Sao Tome showing themselves to be a very worthy opponent, twice taking the lead. And here, with the substitute, Afonso. Nice communication there with Leal. And the 21-year-old winger left to press down from the front, but doing a good enough job applying pressure and allowing the clearance to fall back to his team. And it's now back with the winger now, and he takes a shot which would appear to have been deflected out for a corner. 5 minutes to go. Sao Tome still producing attacks. Saw Braganza there standing over the ball. Maybe the first signs of buying a little time, but they're certainly not playing for the point. They want all three. Corker organising the troops. Referee just coming in to have a word with a couple of players. Stephen Corker manhandling his teammates, putting them exactly where he wants them. And it is towards the back stick. Eventually cleared by Cargbo, but only as far as Neves. It's back out to Viegas on the left wing. Lifts it in, but comfortably held by Sese. Al Hassan Karoma forwards towards the goal scorer, Musa, the second goal scorer to be specific. And then a clash between Kamara seems to have come off worse there, and Lucio Oliveira, a substitute. Are both now able to continue. Will we get a winner in these final minutes? Referee has dropped his yellow card, seemingly on his way to the sidelines to dish it out to a member of the technical staff. Sure exactly who. We'll get confirmation. Not sure exactly what he did either, but clearly something not to the liking of Mr. Bajona. Ramos to take the free kick. Over to the left, nicely brought down by Suarez. Space for Viegas to use it, and he's shown what he can do with space before. That's nicely forwards to Afonso. Can he pick out the right pass? Oh, nearly. Tino, the substitute right back with the shot. Straight into the arms of Sese, and he pounded the floor in frustration. Knew how big a chance there was to win it for his side. Wake up, screamed Kulka. But his team aren't totally awake still, giving the ball away there. They do win a free kick. Kulka considering making his way forwards. He did play as a late impact, or an impact sub-auxiliary striker during his loan with Liverpool. He certainly has that aerial threat up front. He failed to find the net during his time with the Reds. But who's to say he couldn't be the man to get the all-important fifth goal here. Certainly if there's another set piece or two before the final whistle. Change there, Augustus Cargbo comes off for Jonathan Morsey. And number 25, who is also 25 years of age, plays his football in Greece. for Panetolokis. It's currently down the other end. Afonso getting to the ball first, but unable to keep it in. Tino still with instructions. He doesn't want to see his team come away with nothing from this game. They've never been behind. But they're having to defend here. Kamara lifting it in. Flicked up. Keeper's not going to get there. Clash between two defenders. Ramos is down, holding his head. And it was Oliveira, the other, in the wars again. As the final seconds of the scheduled 90 tick down, we'll have to see how much additional time there will be for either side to find a winner. 6 minutes. So still time, certainly. And there might be a bit added onto that with the first few seconds, if not minutes, of those 6 being a break in play for a medical timeout. Ramos needing a bit of treatment after that clash, which nearly fell to Musa. Talking of that loan spell at Liverpool for Stephen Corker, it was one of many during a long and journeyed career. Only 31, the captain, but started his career at Tottenham. Also played in the Premier League for Swansea, Cardiff. Just a few games during that loan spell with Liverpool. Became considered something of a curse in the Premier League as he suffered relegation in successive seasons with Cardiff and QPR. And moved to Turkey in 2019, played for Alanyaspor, Fenerbahce, Gaziantep, Karagümrük, before returning to country of his birth this year with a move to Championship side Wigan. And of course, focused on international duties today. He was able to switch to the national side as he'd only played in a friendly for England. Qualifies for the Leone Stars due to his Sierra Leonean, paternal grandfather. But he'll have to defend here. Sierra Leone, whilst they're desperate for a winner, will be wary of Sao Tome nicking it again from them. And that one is headed directly to Bragança. Sigh of relief there from the Sao Tome backline, and I'm sure those on the sidelines as well. Looked a dangerous moment. This could be a dangerous moment as well. Sao Tome on the attack. Leao still on a hat-trick. Effortlessly switched and nicely brought down on the opposite wing. Squaring up Corker. The back heel. He's offside. Some confusion about who's going to actually take the ball there. In the end, Sierra Leone do take the free kick for an offside quickly. And they've got numbers over here. Karoma playing it forwards. Can they find the winner? No! Lifted over by Ron Williams. Will that be the moment? Will that be the chance to grab all 3 points for Sierra Leone? Might have been just offside anyway. Picked out by Musa. Dangerous, swift counter-attack after a slightly bizarre moment at the other end. I mean, nobody wanted to pick up the ball due to an offside position. There's still 2 minutes potentially a bit more, depending on the referee's opinion of how long was spent with the medical timeout, and that's cleared only up into the air. You can see Corker now ticking on that effective attacking role. Sierra Leone surely the more desperate of the two sides for a winner here. They're expected to take 3 points, and they need them with just one from their first 2 games in Group A. Can they get them here? No, again, just tipped wide. I think that was Corker, or maybe it was Bundu again. We'll see on the replay. It was Bundu, left by Corker. He had his head in his hands. He thought that was heading in. Bundu also with his head in his hands, looking for his second international goal and his 12th cap. He's had a number of chances to find that second goal. I think 3 alone in the second half. We'll get a final change from Sao Tome. Suarez making his way off to be replaced by Calvirais Tavares Semedo. Well, 30 seconds to go of the additional 6 minutes. Can we have an incredibly dramatic finish here? It's already been dramatic. 2 big chances for Sierra Leone to snatch all 3 points, despite having spent large periods of the game behind. Corker gives away a free kick though. Another little shove in the back. This one on Damata, substitute. Better known as Tino. They try and fire it forwards, and here is Tino. But there is the final whistle. Referee deems 6 minutes to be enough. And what a game of football it was. 96 fascinating minutes. Sao Tome on top for much of the first half, and they grabbed a deserved lead from Leal late in that first half. But Sierra Leone came out with the wind in their sails early in the second period. Bundu with his second goal for the national side. He had chances to add to it late on. It looked like Sierra Leone were going to take the lead. They struck the post.
Yeah, welcome back to Matchday 3 AFCON special on SLBC. 2-2 in Endla, Morocco between Salone and Sao Tome. HOT, Leon Star fight, a very good fight. And
Yes, you know, actually, they fought a very good fight, but at the end of the day, the results will come out not favor Salone, Leon Stars, you know, to be very frank, because, you know, we expectation now that we for not score more goals. You know, as I keep on saying, Leon Stars, you know, this ability for score goals, you know, like a major challenge insofar as, you know, our darling Leon Stars. Because the thing is, you know, you see they make the efforts, but finishing, you know, Leon Stars finishing, you know, good enough. You know, I know we'll say entirely, totally bad, but the finishing of the Stars not good enough at all.
Okay.
If really we get a very good, you know, finishing squad, or for us score more goals.
Most of Bundu wasted so much chance despite the goal he scored.
For sure. You know, and this is the one thing this way the coach need to work on very seriously. You know, like how I keep on saying, you know, since me, you know, begin to follow football in this country. Actually, yes, in the 90s we will say better. But even during that time, you know, when they still struggle for score the goals, and football is meant for goals.
Yeah.
And now this results we don't get to, you know, on Sunday we get for play them back by the same ground.
Yeah.
Now Morocco, because they have their own national stadium, get some issues. We FIFA not allow for any FIFA, you know, sanctioned match play. We get for play. We hope so. Yes, Coach Kista go learn from what happened today and try for up a game. Otherwise, Sierra Leone going to AFCON 2023, will get some doubt. Some people don't begin to become skeptical as to whether Sierra Leone will make it to AFCON 2023. But it is not everything. No, it's like we still get hope. If only we try for up with game. And for up with game means we have to score the goals because football is meant for goals.
Thank you so much, Sheikh Sumaila. Continue to stay with you, Alex Conte. Group leaders, Nigeria get for play on Friday against Guinea-Bissau. They get 2 straight wins. If you get a win, automatically they're on firm footing for the next stage of the AFCON. What did I take and debut at Abu Kome getting goal for Salon? The Boingers forward.
Well, as far as the match is concerned, as we continuously see, Kista be there on good footing. By that we mean Tengi and Biliwe for lay select, right? I don't want to know wherever I say, but what you know, not for selecting team. Meaning when you be on top of the team, if you're able to make sure you put them in a very good footing, right? But one thing we lack among many others, then Leo Star, then how then they start at all not. And let me tell you, even after the second, when we come into the second half, they are impressed. If they continue, trust me, for don't beat they were. But in no time, the level, the scores will go into common. Those are the words of other disciplines, like throw ball,
And in football, you say they go to 2-2.
2-2, yes. So, in no time, people they celebrate. Then turn the celebrity turn to. Now make a talk earlier, not to the time reach for celebrate. Even we, for just cheer them up. But trust me, look how the thing end. Look, Bundu, a waste, as you say. So much. Yes, the one way a go, coming in no time, you don't waste a lot of them. But one thing again, as far as Lone Star is concerned, football in general in this country, right? Now the most fortunate sporting discipline in this country, where therefore don't do more than this. Sierra Leoneans they worship football after that. So now, in those days where they measure about the 90s, when football they play not some money day before. The commitment should be there. Now, I can say whatever I want to, but if the commitment not there with the boys, say, let me give me all. Now I make them go international. That problem, but now in no time they say they put this. Most of them now they eye or mind all done they into this money.
Quick one now. This money is good in football. It's good. Abukome getting first goal for Salon, the Bowinger striker. What do you think about this goal? And now Mustafa Bundu gets similar opportunity for score. We're using left foot, the ball go out of the goal.
Well, I think Mustafa will need for celebration because of that goal.
Yes.
Otherwise,
that's the way we waste as well.
Sorry, I'm talking of Kome.
Okay, Abu Kome, yes.
Abu Kome, yes. We need for celebration, right? Only that Leko will say they're all day in a mixed wing.
Yeah.
They're not the coordinator at all.
Mixed up position, if you like. So now that and John Kista for the positioning of.
We don't make a program
3-5-2.
When you go, you can hardly tell if you are 3-3-2 or whatever. You have
it 4-4-2
or anyhow. So
as the case may be.
It's difficult, but look at the Sao Tome.
Yes.
We been steady to be honest.
Away and play so.
Away. Well, I forget about that. We're not the same place no more. The absence of the goal, we say absence of me. That way they say. But we all know this. The young people are not even saying they're not there. So
everybody play away from home.
Nobody laugh
nobody, so it's
because we all refugees.
Survival of the fittest.
All will seek refuge.
Thank you very much.
The thing is, let's take it easy. We'll get from a place, the debutant.
Yes,
Kome. And make a debut. And inside debut, get a goal, and a good luck, wish him
a good start.
Yes, a good start. Because the thing is that we want to see Sierra Leoneans scoring the goals. Because me, maybe coach any team, which I want to see that goal.
Interestingly, I don't cut it. Interestingly, now one of the top goal scorers in the Premier League currently. The Salon Premier League.
So,
yes.
you know the message. You know the message with the one they send.
Yeah.
It should say we
The domestic league,
concentrate on the domestic league.
And locally based players.
Most of these guys say when they come as foreign based or when they say what international players also. The thing is, some of them they don't get playing time.
Yeah.
That is other clubs. So why don't you know for how many?
Yes.
They don't play.
Yeah.
So man, if you can't play,
It's because they say international.
So somebody get 5 minutes.
Yes. You don't know.
Say they get really, that actual playing time. So they start at the clubs, and most of them are not. So let me make. Yes, we spend money for football, just like we my colleague don't say, and for the young stars. Because young stars is very lucky.
Yes.
Football very lucky. Every time when they ask for money,
There's no time. There's no struggle.
Other sporting disciplines,
Yeah,
they struggle. For example, cricket. We know, so we do very well. We know, so we get swimmers, we do very well. We get athletes, we do very well. But the thing is that football is just, it is natural.
Yeah.
Football is something we love as a country. And it was manifested in AFCON Cameroon.
Yeah.
We all saw the exuberance. We saw the enthusiasm. We saw how people actually the interest showed, during that period. And I believe, say, the stars of this country, the young stars, our daily young stars, will continue for long. The thing is that Sierra Leone, in the vex by young stars.
Yes,
But if they say tomorrow young stars, they play. It's like the person when they become really energized.
You need energy, yes.
Right? Always, if you realize, like you say, Salon, we are resilient people.
Nation, yeah.
The adjective.
Yes. But the thing is that the youngsters, these young guys that are coming up, let me just watch.
Continue to give them more playing time.
And let me, as the phrase goes, catch them young.
Yeah.
Let me start elite football in the schools.
Yeah.
First time when they say school league, most of them players will be play for youngsters later. They do.
Now they didn't teach them.
Someone will be doing at school, yes. Someone will be the same, they concentrate by in schooling.
Yeah.
But wake up on football in the likes of the junior to move.
Leicester Island. Yeah. Even Mohamed Kalon.
Yeah. St. Edward.
And recently, Sheikh Kusumala, they get a good tournament in Italy.
Yes,
for the players. If you are getting good tournament.
What Mohamed Kalon don't do for football at this country.
It's so much.
I think we're very remarkable. For the past couple of weeks, they don't take the team
to Italy.
FC Kalon to Italy. They are playing games.
Yeah.
Now, what can happen? There are scouts out there.
Yeah.
We get for identify some of them players there. So we go into different clubs around Europe.
Yeah.
So see how much Mohamed Kalonde invest in football. Now that kind of thing once
sustainable investment.
We need to forget football academy in this country. We need to be a national football academy, not owned by individuals, but owned by the National Sports Council now, the National
Sport
Authority. Yes, the Ministry of Sports by extension, as they supervise the NSA. We need to forget our academy. Now, you
think that academy is a solution to Sierra Leone football?
Yes, academy could be a solution. Because the thing is that when you catch them young, they grow. Look at all the best players in the world. The Ronaldos, the
come up from
Messi.
Yeah.
Watch.
They rose through the ranks.
As kids.
Yeah, they rose through the ranks.
So it's like they grew, they went through the ranks, they go, small thing, they be what they be so today. Yeah. And when they play football, you don't say they play with it and sabi, not by guess. They play elite
meritable one.
And so therefore, we need to do that way. Now, China, so a few years back, they formed a committee. According to what they set, the goals were they set by 2030 something. The one for see the
2030.
They need for see themselves the World Cup and for do very well. And guess what? You know that the chairman for that committee, the president, Xi Jinping, he's the chairman of that committee where they plan. Now they get an academy where they get over 5,000 small beginning
youngsters.
Yeah. So by the time they reach them 10, 11, 12, 14, these guys,
they don't get to better.
So it's like they grow as a team.
Is that not the Senegal of Africa? Look at Senegal recently. They win the AFCON. They win the Under-23 Nations Cup. They also win the beach competition. In fact, they win past 4 trophies this year alone. It's not the infrastructure where they get
in fact, inside West Africa, one of the countries now where they get receive the highest number of tourists. One of the countries inside West Africa where they receive the highest number of tourists. Senegal. They go to Senegal for obvious reasons. They want to know why guys like Sadio Mane came from. They want to know
Khalid Koulibaly,
the origin of Patrick Vieira and others. You know, they go here to see. And one of the things the way they make country popular around the globe
is football.
Yes, it's football.
Yeah. It's football. Okay, this the SLBC AFCON special will come to you live on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, and this the program we dedicate to Leone Stars AFCON. We come to the program to the close, but one for tell thank you, Alex Conte. You party shot before we go. The Throwball family, they don't support me. They review everything on Facebook with live streaming. One for tell them so much thank you, and you being a member. What's in this mean to the Throwball family for letting support Leone Stars?
Well, we are as Throwball as a new discipline, but instead of they take part with football. That is why they always they monitor whatever game, especially Leone Stars. We're all over the places for make sure say we watch and we give support. But disappointingly, the Secretary General instead of so much. He was so naive, but now
so the results they go because they follow on Facebook.
Yes, or direct. When I can. What it happen, we they try for ask the minds of Sierra Leone and let them deviate themselves from football and come into some of those sporting discipline where they give. And let me tell you, anytime we throw ball they go out, we self go make sure say stream live and SLBC go make sure say follow wherever country we go and we they give the people the what they want. Not so normal we go come and say how the game say they try. No.
Yes. No results.
Result. We are not going there to
oriented.
Yeah, we are not going there to participate.
The thing is that one thing also I want to let people know is that some of the countries now always alone struggle for bit. Or we like for example the Guinea-Bissau, then Sao Tome where they see so then how they call up Equatorial Guinea. These were teams where Salon be far ahead.